Since my college years, I have been reading the Webtoons app for that long, and I believe that's been since 2013. I've been reading it. So it's been going on over 10 years now. Over 10 years. And I have followed all kinds of amazing stories throughout the years, man. Sidekicks, Orange Marmalade, Brutally Honest, Crawling City, Night Run, Penguin with Mebs, the Dan Man. I'm just naming them off because I'm looking at back in the day, man. Trashbird, who had their series on Hulu called Poorly Drawn Lines, which was pretty interesting to watch. You know, Nano List, Super Secret, Oh Holy, High School, Pretty Fun High School. These are Days of Hana, which was really sad. Hooky, which I couldn't recommend enough. These were just days. Sweet Home, Yumi Sales, Ghost Eater. I'm just bringing up a bunch of webtoons I've read since the old days. Toaster Dude, Supersonic Girl. These were these were it, man. And back in the day, it had charm when the Webtoons Act started off. Everyone was jumping on and trying to start their thing. They had this deal where you could get $1,000 a month, and you could get deals like shows, video games, and published books and stuff. And it was hot, and you get updates every single day, and it was ad free. It was freaking ad free, and it was wonderful. I enjoyed it. And then recently, for this past year, it's gone downhill, man. Webtoons used to have a standard, where they don't allow any BS or anyone to upload any BS on their site. Now you see almost everything on there. And from a site that was supposed to be like no R18, like sexual content free, you're seeing ads to advertising freaking pornographic webtoon sites and stuff. Like, oh my god. And the gaming app ads, oh my god, the gaming app ads are god awful. I mean, there's the one where just these bunch of ugly chicks just being with these boys and they're mistreating them, and then you gotta give them a makeover, and they do the ugly, disgusting things. Like, why are you forcing me to watch this? And then there's the coins. The coins. I remember they showed the coins. That was a while back though. But when they did the coins, okay, fine, do coins. But then now they do the thing where you can watch an ad or get it or spend coins. And first I didn't mind watching the ads, but then they kept showing those ugly ads. So like, no, I can't do it. I might as well just wait for this thing to be free because I don't want to force you to watch these terrible ads, man. I can't do it. They're terrible. And I'm not exaggerating. Imagine if you're trying to, then you see this weird 3D ugly girl having these crusty ass lips, and she's about to get kissed by this dude, but she's wearing a mask. The dude takes off the mask, and he's freaking out, and you gotta give her a makeover and stuff. Like, why are you forcing me to watch this stuff? This doesn't want me to play your game. This makes me want to stay away from the app. This is not helping. And then there's the ones where you're like, oh, it's not a real game. Let me show you it's a real game. I'm like, oh my god, dude, stop. You know, this app used to have a standard, but it doesn't anymore because it sucks, man. It really does. Like, it still has good webtoons, but the thing I really want to talk about are the creators themselves. Apparently, there has been a lot of webtoons, the new ones I've been reading, that once when they hit their mid-season or season finale, they go on hiatus for like a long time. Like, there are some I'm still waiting to come back from the hiatus. One of them is Lillian's Curse. Lillian's Curse been on hiatus since March of 2020. Their Twitter is still active, and they say they're still working on it, but something draws them not want to do anything new, and it really sucks. Lillian's Curse was one of my personal favorites. It was an Hispanic one too, and it was a mystery, and it dealt with monsters and stuff like that, and then a secret organization. It was nice, but then there was others like Immortal Weakling, which and it was a canvas version. Canvas version is when you do it yourself, no backing, no support. You do it yourself, your own crowdfunding, and that is it. And then there's original, Webtoon original. It's when you have the backing, you have the company, you sign a contract with them, and you do a certain amount of chapters and stuff. And back then, a lot of people were doing that, and they were enjoying it. But something has happened. Stuff like Immortal Weakling, which finally became thing, and it stopped. It freaking stopped. It did its little season finale and it stopped. Some just completely stopped altogether. Like it wasn't even an original. It was just they just stopped writing on the site altogether, man. There's Mez. Mez was one I've been looking forward to. This last entered Mez, which I actually enjoyed. It's mid-season finale, and the last time it uploaded was January of 2023. Over a year, man. Over a freaking year. Let's see what's next on here. Um, Night of Shadows. Night of Shadows. I really enjoyed this one. These monsters who start out very invisible were attacking people inside a school, but are attacking all over Korea and probably all over the world. And you also find out some of the people there have powers to fight against the monsters. So you don't know exactly what's really going on, but it starts to build an interesting story. You have something like Stray Light Tiger. Stray Light Tiger was really fun to read. I enjoyed it. The neon, the post humanity kind of thing where they're just more than just humans there. In fact, humans are a small population. It was very good. The last time they uploaded was April of 2023. Once again, over a freaking year. A Moral Weekly. It's been a while too for that, man. Last time they uploaded was of June, so it's been pretty much a year for them. Was since June, so it's been just been crazy. One of my personal favorites, another one I've also enjoyed, was Soul Winder. Soul Winder not only had music but also had animation to its comic as well, which was really cool and something I don't think I've ever seen done in any webtoon on this site. So it's been pretty amazing. But again, there was June, pretty much almost a year, pretty much almost a year. But what I'm trying to say here is that it's just been so long for some of these that haven't done anything, you know. Another one I was also enjoying was From Morning to Night, From Morning to Night, and this was in September, and so that's also almost a year. Alice Prodigy, um, from the creators of Hooky, um, Marionetta, two friends who ran away from the circus but ended up dead or forced to stay inside the circus. One enjoyed it to run away from her life, and one enjoyed it was to save that said friend. It was really good, but once again, so your words is, well, people take breaks all the time. You're right. But so many of them are taking a break around the same time. So I'm saying, you notice a lot of these people stopped doing the work around the same time, probably when they did their contract, and now they're fighting whether or not they want to continue this contract. So you're sitting here waiting for the next season to show up, but you don't know when because it's been such a long time. And now you're like, oh my God, when is this going to come back? When is it going to happen? Only very few came back. Some who are supposed to come back even said that they're not going to do, they'll return, but they're not going to do the Webtoons original anymore because the contract is terrible. So apparently, back in the day, when you did Webtoons original, you were allowed to keep your work. You were allowed to post your work on other places and sell your products and keep most of the profits because that's what you did. You enjoyed it. But I'm guessing the companies at Webtoon realized, hey, we're missing out on product. We should have been stern on these people. We're doing this gathering people, but now we got the people we want. We can be more stricter on the new people. So all the new people who made their really good webtoons, like Raven Saga and stuff, they finish up their season. But he looks at the contract. In fact, I remember one person named Pear who does a very interesting webtoon called I Was Born to Do Retail and stuff. Very interesting kind of how the life of a girl who has dreams, of a simple dream of owning a fish store, but she works at this retail shop. She has this positive behavior, but it sometimes gets crushed by reality sometimes. And I really could relate to that with this person. And they were about to do a contract with Webtoons to become Webtoons original. They did a big post about everything, but then they said they decided to turn the contract down because they didn't agree on certain terms. And then other people from Webtoons, including Raven Saga and other people, started talking about saying that these new terms are terrible. You can no longer truly own your work. you can't post it anywhere else or sell the merchandise. Apparently, is what I'm hearing from some of these creators. I'm like, wow, this is terrible. Is this why people aren't really updating their work anymore on here because they want to own their work? So imagine you worked on something and you were promised, but then again, you should have read. That's what I'm saying, unless you didn't read the contract well. Maybe that's why you should always have a lawyer beside you who knows how to read contracts. That or they have to sign a new contract in order for it to work out. I'm not sure, but because I didn't get into the full details, I was just curious because a lot of Webtoon creators have not been continuing their work on Webtoons. Like, they just stopped. And there's been some haven't worked on it since 2020, and their accounts are still active and stuff. And they'll say, yeah, I think I'm still working on it, but I feel like they're really not because you don't see any progress anywhere on their timeline of it. It's just that some of them feel like they even moved on from it. And that really sucks because that's why it's really hard to really invest into Webtoons sometimes because of the lack of updates. Webtoons is constantly getting in new creators or signing new contracts, and most of them I'm seeing feel kind of similar. I do mean they do feel similar, like very similar. Some of the new works they've been doing. It's like, oh my goodness. And plus, they've been successful with Netflix by releasing live action versions of some of these webtoons, like All of Us Are Dead or Sweet Home and stuff. These were webtoon originals, and now they're freaking, or I think they're webtoon originals. Who knows? They were probably light novels or something first, and they became webtoons. That's how it happens sometimes for some works. But then now we're going through this mess. It's just that the Webtoon Act is just not what it is, man. It is bugged with ads. The coin thing, everyone's doing a coin thing, so I understand that. But then you make it force us to watch those ads again if you want to skip the coin thing, and the ads suck ass. There's no longer a standard on what can be uploaded. Like, yeah, you can't upload straight, graphic material, of course, but there used to be a bigger standard onto the site, but there isn't anymore. The site went downhill and stuff. And plus, some people were advertising like Dark Horse Comics. Dark Horse Comics is uploading Avatar: The Last Airbender comics onto the freaking site. Now, why is Dark Horse or Black Horse? I think it's Dark Horse. They are uploading their stuff to this site. Like, what the heck? It's funny and it's hypocritical because when Webtoon first came around, it was rising up. All these publishing companies from comic book industries were making fun and looking down on people who are doing webtoons, saying it's lazy, it's uncreative, it isn't going anywhere. But yet you're seeing these people like DC as well and Dark Horse are both uploading their material on this site. That is hypocritical if I don't know what. I guess you realize there is money in this after all. Huh. Anyways, it's just wild what's been going on with webtoons. And it really sucks because I'm a big fan of webtoons and some of the work. But I don't know. I feel like I'm afraid to invest myself into a new series because every time I do, it goes away. It doesn't come back. If it does, it's for a long time. For instance, Superman. Superman ain't coming back out till 2026. Yes, you gotta wait another entire year. Last time they uploaded was back in 2023. They haven't uploaded at all in 2024, and they're not gonna upload at all in 2025. So that's been 2 years. Superman has been up since 2 freaking years, and I understand. Now they have to do this all on your own, no backing and stuff like that. You're a canvas and stuff. Understandable, but it kind of sucks for people who were waiting on it for so long. They have to wait even longer. It really does. And this is Webtoon's fault for being so terrible at what they're doing. So it's just, I guess, a friendly reminder to read the contracts. And if you do want to create something on here, make sure it's something that you won't feel so attached to. Something that you don't mind them owning and having total control over it and stuff. So apparently you don't have that much of creative freedom either with some of the creativity you do in the books too. So that's just nuts. But anyways, if I hear anything else from any Webtoons creators about this on Twitter, I'll let you guys know. And that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.